And record. Hi, everybody. I'm Susan Pallas, Global Director at Take Shape for Life, and this is our weekly Zoom call. It's a time for us to connect and to learn and to improve our skills so that we can make a bigger difference in people's lives. You know, people think that that we're the heroes, that our program is a hero and it comes in and saves the day, and we're, as coaches, we come in and save the day. But really our clients, the people who embark on this journey, all of us included, are the real heroes. And our job as coaches is just to keep the fire going in us and be a beacon of light that people can learn to trust and depend on. And so as we get better at our craft and master our skill of helping people to understand what we do and educate them, we can be that stake in the ground that people can trust and grab hold of as they're making these huge changes in their lives, as we just heard from Kara and Terry. So with that, I would like to introduce a beacon of light in my life, Nicole DeWard, who's my own personal trainer. And Nicole has a way of not only does she know her craft in terms of how to educate people around what they can eat and how to motivate themselves, but also she's got a huge heart for helping people. So blending the head and the heart, it's an unbeatable combination. And she's going to share with us the different options that we have, the 5 and 1, 4 and 2. Now we have the 3 and 3 program. How great is that? Our people get now so many different choices. And so we like to understand what it is that we can offer people. So Nicole, please take it away.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Susan. I'm excited to share tonight. We had a great training 2 Sundays ago here in Atlanta at our local training, and I was able to share about what meal plan is best. Is it the 5 and 1, the 4 and 2, and the 3 and 3? I love getting calls from health coaches asking questions around their own personal health as far as what is the best option for them, but also what's going on with their clients, and learning to ask questions around what kinds of results are people trying to achieve. I get a lot of calls about people wanting to do 5Ks and half marathons. What kind of meal plan can we help those people, right? Because we hear oftentimes that people are training for a race and they're gaining weight, and they're carrying around more fat than they should be when they're running. And it really is important that we offer our systematic approach. And that systematic approach includes taking that 80-20 principle, 80% nutrition and 20% exercise, and helping people see that if they follow this systematic approach, working on nutrition first, bringing down fat, then they're able to incorporate more and more exercise and be able to accomplish their goals. And so I hope to share tonight about some ways that we can talk with our clients around what meal plan is best, but really to understand it personally for ourselves. I'm a huge advocate that the more we understand for ourselves, the better that we can do for other people. So I'd like to start off with an example tonight of a woman who's 5'5", 55 years old, and weighs 175 pounds. So numbers aren't super important right now, but I think it's important to understand what kind of options that we can offer. So to lose 35 pounds, this woman has 2 options. She can either do caloric deficit or she can do fat burn, which we all know what fat burn is, but as we're explaining to our clients, it's great to put this into perspective. So it can either take her 3 months to lose 35 pounds in fat burn, or it can take her 9 to 12 months doing caloric deficit. So prior to learning about Take Shape for Life, I was a personal trainer for about 3 to 4 years, and I would offer my clients meal plans. I would help them understand how to incorporate clean eating 6 times a day, drinking their water, sleeping. But they would, time after time, come for their weigh-in, and they would be so excited because they had seen me 3 times that week for training. They had done all of their work on their meal plan, and they'd get on the scale and go, 0.2 pounds? How did I only lose 0.2? That is an awful lot of work for 0.2 pounds. And so I would totally feel for them. And frankly, I felt like a failure as a trainer, because here people are coming to me to lose weight and to get healthy, and all I did was give them an awful lot of work for not a lot of results. And I think a lot of times we feel that way. And so caloric deficit is just that. It's an awful lot of work for not a lot of return. Doesn't mean people can't do it that way. Well, no, they can absolutely do it that way. But fat burn is really the best way to go. I remember I was on Facebook the other day and I was explaining to a girl about what we offer. And she said, well, do I need to use Medifast? And I said, well, no, it's really your choice. You can either lose 50 pounds in 3 to 4 months or 10 to 12 months. And she's like, what? I don't want to take a year to lose weight. And I said, well, that's why we have a specific protocol that we offer. And so let's talk a little bit about fat burning. Fat burning is that range where we're in about 80 to 100 carbohydrates. And it really is dependent on the person's body. Everyone has a sweet spot. Clearly, if someone is maybe a woman, like this woman we're talking about, she's 5'5", she's not that tall. She's middle-aged at 55 and needs to lose 35 pounds. And so her sweet spot for carbohydrates might be lower than a man who's 6'5" and maybe 300 pounds. Maybe he can tolerate having a bit more carbs, but we always follow that protocol and staying within that range and then tweaking our intake of carbohydrates to our vegetables based on our list. That's why we have great tools through Take Shape for Life, offering the green overview that shows the low and the moderate and the higher carbohydrate vegetable choices, so that as we're working with clients, if we find that somebody's plateaued, we can change where they're choosing their vegetables off of, as far as that graph. Okay, so calories don't come into play in fat burn. That's why within the 5-in-1, it offers calories around 800 to 1,000, depending on their choices. And the calories, maybe her resting metabolic rate, the calories her body needs to function at rest, could be upwards of 1,600 calories. So she's clearly in a 5-in-1 process going to deficit 800, about half. So that's why we see such great weight loss in 5-in-1. Now, I often get the question, well, can I just eat 800 to 1,000 calories of whole foods? And the answer is absolutely not. It doesn't work that way. So 800 to 1,000 calories of whole foods would actually cause this woman that we're discussing, back to the 5'5", 55 years old, 175 pounds, she would actually store fat and lose muscle if she were to be eating 800 to 1,000 calories of whole foods. Now you say, well, whole foods, those are great for you. Of course we should be eating whole foods. Well, this woman, in order to do that, would mean she'd do caloric deficit, which means she'd need to eat about 1,500 to 1,600 calories of whole foods and then exercise and have excess activity in order to have a deficit in calories. So it's really, really important for us to understand that differentiation, because so many people, you look around and see people with a lot of sagging skin, people who've dieted their whole life, who've yo-yoed back and forth. And it's really because they have spent an awful lot of time cutting back their calories and not supporting their system. So it's important to support your system if you're not going to be in fat burn. So I'm going to say that again. If you're not in fat burning, you need to eat your calories at rest. I'm going to take this time to share my screen and pull up this TEE calculator. We're going to talk a little bit about the 3-in-3, but I want to show how we can use the TEE calculator to figure out this woman. So I put a range out there, so we're going to see how close. So we're going to choose female. We said she was 175 pounds and 5'5". If you're on the phone, I'm sorry, you can't see my share screen. And we said she was 55 years old. Now, when we're choosing the daily activity level, several health coaches have tried this out to see about how accurate the TEE is around resting metabolic rate. TEE is the thermal energetic expenditure. It's saying how much does our body need to maintain. So these choices here, sedentary, slightly active, moderately active, very active, and extremely active, it is going to give a very elevated range of calories. And so what we recommend is that for someone who's this woman wants to lose weight, so we're actually going to pick sedentary for her because we want to know how many calories her body needs at rest. And we're going to click calculate TEE. And then down here, so it says she's in the 1670 range. So 1600 calories, we're always going to round down with this calculator. So if her body needs 1600 calories at rest, over here to the right on this TEE calculator gives us a wide range of calorie meal plans that we can suggest for our clients. You can either suggest that your client go to your, up here you'll see this is my specific link with my Coach ID number. At the top, you'll find this on your main website, on your tsfl.com. And when you click on the 3 and 3 program and scroll to the bottom, you'll see the TEE calculator. And I love that it offers all of these great meal plans because you can then click and then send these meal plans to your clients and have them execute these. If you have someone who wants to use whole foods, it's not a problem. They can use the calculator, choose sedentary, and do the meal plan. I was sharing a story the other day. I had a woman that I was working with in Tucker, who, which is a city outside of Atlanta, which is pretty far from me, but she said she came to me for training and wanted to clean up her eating. She said she ate pretty well, but was looking to maybe just clean it up. So we did this, and I gave her meal plan, and she said, oh, not a problem, I can do that. And then we were checking in each week, and she's like, this is hard to get all of these serving sizes in, because what these meal plans do is say 3 healthy fuelings, and then maybe 1 grain, 1 fruit, 3 protein. It breaks it out so well to eat very well-rounded meals during your day, and gives a suggested meal plan. Because we're not registered dietitians or nutritionists, we cannot give people certain portions or certain foods to eat. So this is a generic meal plan that we can give in good confidence, because we get this from Take Shape for Life, and there is a nutritionist and registered dietitian on staff. And so in good confidence, we can share these with our clients. So she calls me on the 3rd week and says, listen, I have done an awful lot of work and I'm not seeing results. And I said, well, I do have an easier way if you're interested. She said, I'm absolutely interested. And so I shared with her the 5 and 1, and she said, oh my gosh, sign me up. That's way easier. So today she's now lost over 25 pounds in 7 weeks, gone through a colonoscopy, had lots of family events, and is thrilled at her success. And so she's going to be transitioning in 2 weeks. So it's just a systematic approach, but we give people the choice. And so this is a great way to use this calculator. So we're going to move past 5 and 1. I do have notes for this that I will put on Zoom for you. But with the resting metabolic rate, that's kind of your non-negotiable number. If this woman's resting metabolic rate 1600 and she didn't want to be in fat burn, she would need to eat 1600 calories in order for her body not to break down her muscle for energy. It's very important to remember that. If this woman doesn't want to eat 1600 calories, then she needs to be in fat burn. It's one way or the other. There's not a lot of gray here, because we definitely don't want someone who's struggling to lose weight to then be breaking down muscle that they're trying to activate and build during workouts. It's really not quite productive. So in the 5 and 1, what's really neat is it puts the body at about 80 carbs. I put a generalized meal plan together for 5 and 1. Exercise recommendations for the 5 and 1, as we know, is to cut back for the first 2 weeks and then to gradually add an exercise and watch if someone's hungry or not losing weight. So we look at that to know how much activity. Take Shape for Life does say that we can work up to 45 minutes a day, and that's if your body is still losing weight and not hungry. If those are in play, then we need to cut back exercise. So if someone loves to exercise, of course, I love that. I love that people want to exercise a lot. And so if they do, we recommend a 4 and 2. And sometimes people get a little worried, like, well, 4 and 2, I'm not going to lose weight as fast. But their carbohydrates are still within the 80 range, about 87 carbohydrates on 4 and 2. That's 2 full lean and greens and 4 MetaFast meals on a 4 and 2. Exercise recommendations are the same as 5 and 1, except for people are eating 2 whole meals of lean and green. So they're able to really have a lot more energy and they're getting a little bit more calories to work out a little bit more. And so sometimes we find that that is exactly what people need to get their metabolism going and to start losing weight. Some people even go between a 5 and 1 and a 4 and 2 naturally from day to day, and it's fine because they're still in fat burn. Okay, we can't go in and out of fat burn, but we can go in and out of 5 and 1 or 4 and 2 because we're still staying within that fat burning range. Okay, so those are our 2 options. The 5 and 1 or the 4 and 2 are our fat burning options for people to lose weight quickly and safely using our MetaFast meal replacements. Now, we found out that our company has an Optimal Health line, which we're very excited about, using natural ingredients. And a lot of times some of our clients have issues with the bars having sugar alcohols, and our bars in the Optimal Health line do not have any sugar alcohols. So that's really exciting as well. Sometimes people want to go ahead and eat clean. They want to have a structured meal plan, but they want to eat. So let's say this woman decides that she wants to do our 3 and 3 plan. So that means she's going to eat 3 lean and green meals, including the 3 MetaFast or the 3 Optimal Health bars. But that's quite not enough. Typically we hear 3 and 3 and think, well, if I do 3 and 3, that means 3 lean and greens and 3 meal replacements, the Optimal Health bars. And that's just not going to be enough nutrition to the body, because we no longer are giving the body the fiber that comes from the MetaFast meal replacements or the vitamins and minerals. So we need to include all of the things that we see here on these meal plans, including the grain and the dairy and the fruit. So we're going to click that 1600 meal plan, eat the 3 snacks, and then all of the recommendations. And then she can expect to lose half a pound to maybe up to 2. Usually someone of this size wouldn't lose 2 pounds a week, but it's possible if she exercised a lot. So it's possible if somebody wants to do a lot of work, they could. So recommendations for the 3 and 3. They are really someone who wants to do our Optimal Health line and do 3 and 3 really needs to be committed to exercise, because that's really the only way that weight loss is going to happen. Recommendations for exercise when someone's using or eating enough calories, like this, if she was going to eat 1600, is 3 times a week is for heart health, 4 times a week is for maintenance, and 5 times a week is for creating change, 6 times a week for performance. So like I said, I will have this information on our Team Palace site. For any of you guys can maybe write some questions. I will have a couple of minutes here for questions based on what I shared tonight. Take Shape for Life has our 3 and 3 for maintenance, but we can also use it for weight loss for those people who are really struggling to stay in fat burn. So let's remember that there are those 2 options, caloric deficit or fat burn. So you pick a route and stay the course. It's very important, and it's our role as health coaches to walk alongside. And if something's not working for someone, it's not a problem. We have another way. So everyone is different. Everyone has different situations that come up in their life, and our role is to grab their hand and to walk alongside of them to help them create the change and the transformation that they're looking for in their life. Take Shape for Life offers us the 3 and 3 program for maintenance as well. So as we transition someone from the 5 and 1 and 4 and 2 and move them into a 3 and 3, they now have a product that has more calories, because sometimes it is difficult to eat enough calories when you're in maintenance. So that's why we have a great product line. And hopefully at convention, we'll find out some more exciting products that'll be coming as well. But ultimately, what we offer as health coaches is our service. We walk alongside of our clients, helping them create what they're looking for, finding out what they want, reminding them about what they want. I wanted to end with, I had a text today from a client who has tried to lose weight several times. And I actually used to be her personal trainer at Lifetime about 4 years ago. And she's done a really great job and is within that 10-pound range, and she's losing interest. And she texted me today and said, it's been 10 days since I've checked in, and as you may guess, I've lost motivation. And I really need to get it back. What do you think I need? And for those of you who know me are pretty sure what I said, I told them they need a good she needs a good dose of Nicole. So I said, this is what happens when you don't talk to me. And she said, so we ended up talking on the phone, and she said, you're absolutely right. I just needed to hear your voice. And I said, and I want you to reach out because it shows me your intention and that this is your journey, and I'm here to walk alongside you and help you with what you need. And so it's important that we walk alongside and listen to what our clients need and to offer that when they're ready. And so I hope that was helpful for you tonight. Like, I will post these on Team Palace. And if you have any questions about how to use the TE calculator, or any questions about how to put someone on a certain plan, Susan, do we have a couple minutes for people to answer or ask questions?
Absolutely. I'm going to stop the recording now.
Okay, great.
Nicole, it was amazing. We'll stay on the line and we'll ask some questions. So anyway, I'm going to turn off the recording. It was wonderful, and we'll be on for questions in 1 second.